So Elodie, what's SHIIP?
SHIIP is the Senior Health Insurance Information Program. It's federally funded, but organized by the state of Iowa, and we help people with Medicare.
And you're a counselor, is that what you call it?
Yes, and we're all volunteers. There are 330 volunteer counselors in Iowa in 83 counties. That's how complicated Medicare is.
Yeah, I need to say from the beginning, I was going to mention that sometime in our interview that without your help, I'd have never figured it out.
It's complicated, even for intelligent people like yourself.
It was really complicated. I mean, I wouldn't have given up. I would have guessed a lot.
Yes, and those guesses may not have been the right choices for you, for your situation and what you want. And that's what we try to do, is educate and advocate so you make your decisions that are best for you.
Because we're all different.
We're all different. And that's part of the beauty of this work is everybody's different. It's working with that person to find out what might work the best for them, but they make the choices. We just offer up the information and educate. Yeah.
Well, I don't normally editorialize, but I'm going to hear that if you're wanting to sign up, use a SHIIP counselor wherever you are. I mean, that's just my advice.
And I would think that would be very good advice. But right now, because of our success, Bob, we need a couple more counselors for Warren County. Our growth has been actually about a third more people we're seeing over the year than we did a few years ago. And a third is a lot. We see about 650 people a year now. And we want to keep seeing them at the same level of flexibility with their schedules. And during open enrollment, we want to be able to see everybody because we've never turned anybody away. And we want to keep that record. So that's why I'm here today, is we really would like to solicit or entice 2 more counselors in Warren County. So we'd have 6. And right now we have 4.
Okay, and so when's the open enrollment period?
The open enrollment period for Medicare drug plans is the fall, and that's our busiest time. During Medicare's open enrollment period, we do work more hours during October through December to help people, because that's when we see about 450 people. But during the rest of the year, we see them, and a SHIIP counselor, a volunteer counselor, is typically only scheduling like couple hours once a week. And even then, a lot of us are gone a month or 6 weeks at a time. We're still traveling and doing other things. So we do see people all year long. It's just not as many. And that's okay. So the commitment is not that large. And Bob, I do want to say, we don't know everything. We know where to find it. Okay? Lots of people think we're exceedingly bright. We're not. We just need to know where the information is.
The open enrollment is in the fall, so now is there enough time to get trained before the fall?
Yes, there is. We're looking for 2 counselors, and we talked to people during this period about what being a counselor entails for training this summer. The training is over the summer, and it's online, and then they mentor with an experienced counselor. And we don't let them fly alone until they feel confident, because this is a volunteer work. So that, we don't want to put a lot of pressure on volunteers. And we're already old to begin with. Most of us are retired, who wanted to help out because it was so complicated.
Well, and I don't know, is there a type of personality that would do well with this?
Good question. It really is. I would say it could be anybody who likes to solve puzzles, okay? Likes to be challenged by someone and what they're expressing as to what they want to find in Medicare, and then working with them on finding those solutions. And then there's the complications of somebody who kind of messed up. No, they didn't they did. And they're facing some penalties, or they're facing some situations where they need a quick change. We look for opportunities, so it's solving those puzzles. amongst our people in Warren County, there's one of us worked for the Veterans Administration. One drove a truck, and he's the smartest, okay? He's definitely the smartest of the bunch. I did work in healthcare, but I didn't know anything about Medicare, okay? And then the other one worked for DHS, Department of Human Services. But it can be anybody who enjoys learning, helping, and working with a diverse population, to problem solve. And we're not alone, by the way. There's paid staff in Des Moines who are the experts that we can call during normal business hours for questions. I call them the mothership. So, okay. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking you have to be a people person, but maybe not. You could be a quiet person and
Yes.
still want to help.
Yes, we do offer some seminars, but not all of us like to get up and speak. So everybody has their own niche in SHIIP services, and we all have our own areas of expertise, and we bounce things off each other. So besides having the mothership in Des Moines, we work pretty collaboratively. So I wouldn't say there's a single skill set at all. It's just someone who likes to puzzle things out, doesn't mind using resources, and doesn't mind continually learning, because Medicare keeps changing.
Okay, so what's the class like? It's all on the web. How long does it take?
It's like 4 to 6 weeks, a few hours a week during the summer. And then you're done with the classroom, so to speak. It's all by Zoom. And then comes the mentoring. And that can take a very short time or a longer time. And then when someone is ready to see clients, that mentor will be available by phone, for quick calls or whatever. So we try to make it the most successful experience they could have.
Well, some of the language is it's tough to understand.
Absolutely. It's gobbledygook sometimes. It's so legalese. And so we can cut through that too, okay? As far as understanding what those letters mean. Lots of people bring in their mail and go, I got this. What does it mean? And we can go through that with them.
I think I did that.
Yes, you did. As a matter of fact, I think you did.
I did too.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're used to that. And even people who are on assistance programs, those are really hard to understand. Basically, what I tell somebody, they might try to explain their situation, but I tell them to bring in all their insurance cards and all the correspondence, and I'll go through it. Because it is complicated, and it's much easier to see the documentation than have somebody explain it. So,
Well, you would think that rather than lawyers writing this stuff, they could find a good English major or two.
I can't figure out the why on that. I really can't. But I think that's why we do it. It's the righteous thing to do, because it shouldn't be this complicated. So there's a sense of justice in doing it, that you're doing the right thing for people. And I have to say, regardless of a person's situation, even if I can't fix it and make it better, they're so appreciative that we tried, and they know we've tried everything. They also know they can trust us if something changes, and we can then look it over again. And we offer that. This is not just a one-time only. People come see us on a regular basis.
Because circumstances change.
Yes, and then there might be another opportunity for them. We try to advise them of that so they can look into their future and see when those opportunities might rise, and that we can make a change that's more beneficial for them outside of annual open enrollment. Yeah.
If a person has a spouse, say, is it best to bring them in too, or not?
It's not unusual, and I encourage it, even if they're not ready for Medicare, because two people hearing it, they're going to hear different things, or they're going to retain different things. So I encourage that all the time. And there's some benefits for couples too, doing certain things, even if it's months apart. So we can go through that.
Okay, so what if a listener's thinking, hey, I want to learn more, what do they do?
Oh, they can call our office at 515-962 5375. Talk to us. We can explain it. Just answer more questions, maybe have a coffee, whatever, and then they can decide whether or not they want to apply.
And so, tell me what to Google. Because I've already forgotten that number. Tell me what to Google.
Well, Googling, you would need to you'd need to go to the SHIIP website at SHIIP, that's SHIIP.iowa.gov. And that is the Iowa website, okay? And there's phone numbers there. They will probably refer you down, which is fine, to the Warren County office, or they'll take your application over the phone and still refer it down for us to have a conversation. So I think when someone applies, it's not that they're going to do it. They're just interested.
That's not a commitment.
No, it is not a commitment. We'd prefer just to have as many interested people give us a call and then have some discussion around it and see how it fits them.
Well, I know there's a SHIIP program in Marion County, in Pella, and I presume there's one in every county. I hope there's one in every county.
Only 83
Only
out of the
83,
99. I know. We don't have a lot of SHIIP counselors in the counties south of us. So I guess there are a few in Lucas, but there are counties where there isn't a counselor. Yeah.
And so if somebody's listening from another county,
They can, but we see people from all over. We see people from all these neighboring counties, including Polk, and that's fine. We don't just see Warren County people. It's whoever calls our office. We will talk to them.
but if, let's just say that Adams County doesn't have anybody, could they come here and
They could.
train and then go back?
Oh, they would train. The training is from the mothership does the training.
Mothership does that. Okay.
So they're pretty much doing the counselors for all of Iowa to have consistency. The mothership provides us not only with training, but credentialing, all our materials, our updates, because they're experts in the field and they also have access to other databases. They keep us up to date. Okay, while we're doing our work, they advise us what's going on in the world of Medicare. So the mothership is a real important piece of this. You're not alone out here in Warren County. We have experts we can talk to.
All right, and so you're really wanting some help.
Yes, we definitely, to maintain the level of service, especially around that open enrollment time when we're seeing so many hundreds, we really need to have a couple more counselors. Would love to have that, yeah.
And what do the counselors get out of it?
Oh my gosh, the high is addictive. When you help somebody, when you can get them assistance they didn't know they deserved, and it gives them more money every month, or you reduce their costs and medications, or you find them assistance with their medications so they can take them and get them. They're so grateful. That's the high you get. And you also know that you're helping people navigate an overly complicated process and system.
Do you remember the afternoon that we met?
Yes, I do.
What did you feel after that?
I felt good. I felt you made me make the decision more than you. You pushed me. But that was okay, Bob.
You weren't supposed to tell him that.
No.
But well, we're friends.
Yes,
so.
we are. Yeah, and that was the friendship part of the visit. Yeah, but I think you made a good decision and it was right for you, and that's what matters. So I felt good about it. And I felt like you were somewhat relieved. You could move on from having to do that. It was now done deal and you could move on with other things.
You have no idea the relief I felt when I drove away.
Good. Then that's a good feeling for me too.